Recently, there's been a frightening amount of YouTubers being exposed as predators, with one drama coming after another every month or so, from Dr. Disrespect sexting a minor to Wilbur physically abusing his ex-girlfriends. These are the creators everyone thought were wholesome, but turned out to be dangerous.
Hi, I'm pretty sure you already know this. But, yesterday I got swatted by the cops because of my live streams. They knocked on my door and they pretty much asked me what am I doing with my live streams, and they told me I can't be sexually harassing girls and stuff.
Okay, starting off with the appropriately named Mini Lad, who's been shamed off the internet. Mini Lad was a very big gamer all throughout the 2010s who rolled with the Vanos gaming group. Even before his allegations, he was already documented as a liar and a manipulator, which was already tanking his popularity. But everything got 10 times worse in 2020 when two girls exposed him.
And I felt like his life was in my hands. I was 16, 17. Just a young fucking girl with her own fucking problems who felt responsible for another person's life because I was scared. I was fucking scared, and he knew that. He took advantage of that, and I'm ashamed. I'm really ashamed.
The first girl, named Ash, recounted her experience with Mini Lad, only age 16 at the time. Ash proceeded to talk about how weirdly sexual Mini Lad was in their private chats, saying, he asked if I was a virgin, and I said yes. And then he asked if he could take my virginity, and I told him yes. Underneath the post where she shared her sad story, Ash also provided a couple of screenshots of chats between her and Craig, exposing his disgusting behavior. The more of these screenshots Ash sent, the more creepy it got. Then, a second girl named Haley stepped forward to accuse Mini Lad as well. In her post, she called out Craig for weaponizing his mental health and pretty much using it as a manipulation device to get whatever he wants, stating, "When I was 16, around the time Craig and his ex had broken up, he was severely depressed. I saw the dark side of him with his depression, and I'll choose out of respect to keep that private unless it involves what I'll be talking about. It took me years to realize that he used his suicidal tendencies to pity him into not talking about these things publicly." Things quickly escalated from there, with Haley saying, "He sent me pictures of him in his underwear to show off the bulge of his penis, which I did not ask for at all." In response to all of this, Mini Lad put out an apology video called Clearing the Air, where he didn't address any of the allegations head on, but instead tried to talk about his mental health to garner pity from the audience.
I outlined it in my original tweet back in June at the bottom, saying that I will be working on myself and I will be attending therapy from now and on into the future, and a lot of people deem that to be untrue, but I want to be here on record saying that since then I have been going to therapy every single week, and I will continue to go to therapy every single week.
Mini Lad was shamed and bullied off the internet, but he's not the only wholesome gamer to have been outed as being a predator. It all started back in 2020, when one of the most popular streamers on the platform got banned out of nowhere. Dr. Disrespect claimed he didn't know why, stating, "Twitch has not notified me on the specific reason behind their decision. Firm handshakes to all for the support during this difficult time." As we're about to find out, it would be a lie. In 2024, more details about Dr. Disrespect's ban would be revealed by a former Twitch employee called Cody Connors. He tweeted, saying he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then-existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that could be read in plain text. Case closed, gang. At first, people didn't know whether to believe the allegations or not, and Dr. Disrespect tried to sweep it under the rug by putting out two lukewarm statements on the issue. But everything started to look real when a gaming company he co-founded himself fired him, leaving all the signs pointing to the allegations being correct. The doctor even sounded deflated during one of his live streams on his channel.
I think when I say step away, I think either have to relay this to the Midnight Society, but maybe I step away from there too. Just completely remove myself from the scene. It's what I need to do.
And finally, he caved and dropped a lengthy statement on Twitter, admitting to everything. He said, "Were there Twitch whispers with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. And of course, nobody bought his apology, and his attempts to simply move past the issue rubbed people the wrong way too. He tried to play into his character, adding, "But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real-life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. I'm not fucking going anywhere. They want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right." Dr. Disrespect was demonetized on YouTube and kicked off other streaming platforms, but that was just a slap on the wrist compared to what Austin Jones faced. Austin was a talented singer on YouTube who did covers of popular music. He had amassed over 500,000 subscribers and even got to go on tour.
My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think.
But at the height of his popularity, some disturbing news about him started to come out. He was indiscriminately messaging underage girls who were his fans and asking for videos of them dancing or twerking. He would even go as far as sending a tutorial video of him twerking.
Hey cutie, so this is like the first basic twerk move. So this is what you do. You stand with your legs apart, you bend your legs, and then you arch your back, and you unarch your leg. You do it faster, so it's like this. Now it's your turn.
Multiple girls would come out later to tell their stories of how he'd pressured them into sending these inappropriate twerking or dancing videos.
And I was like, yeah, no, sorry. And he was like, oh, come on. And he started guilt tripping me because I, a 14-year-old girl, would not send a 23-year-old man a video of me twerking in a cheerleading outfit. Yeah, that's the story of how Austin Jones wanted me, a 14-year-old at the time, to twerk for him. Which, it's so messed up that it's gone even further than that. It literally makes me sick.
Despite the several messages that came out in 2015, a Facebook apology and a YouTube video were initially enough for Austin to beat the allegations and carry on touring and making music. That is, of course, until 2017, when as many as 4 victims provided evidence of grooming from Austin Jones. He was arrested at Chicago International Airport by Homeland Security and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Another musician who had his career ruined by information coming out on him is Wilbur Soot. Wilbur was a massive YouTuber who ran a couple of different channels centered around Minecraft, memes, and music. On his main channel, he had over 5 million subscribers and was well respected in the YouTube ecosphere.
Isn't quite what I thought I'd be when I was a kid on VOIP. I thought when I get older I'd marry her, I told her. Now I'm 26 and I work in an office. 9 till 5's not the best, I'll be honest. If I could change a single thing.
That is, of course, until February 2024, when a creator named Shelby Shovel posted a video chronicling her experience of abuse with an unnamed ex. In the video titled, "Talking About Something More Serious," she spoke about how a British ex of hers used to aggressively bite her and manipulate her into accepting it. It got so bad that the couple had to establish a safe word for him to stop the biting, and even then, he'd push it to the limit.
When I hear about physical, I think of hitting. I think of hitting and punching. So I thought that this wasn't violent enough. I thought that it was just like a constant accident that he kept hurting me. But he's not hitting me. And it didn't start as something that he did to hurt me. He had this habit of biting, which is so weird to me now, but he said that he had this habit since he was a kid, and even his mom said that that was true. And he said it was just affectionate, and that might have been... I think that might have been true maybe at the start, but I also feel that I have good reason to believe that every part of it was a lie, but that's just my personal opinion. Now at this point, weaponized the safe word and was using it to ensure that I was hurt and on a constant basis. And he wasn't sorry anymore. I couldn't even tell you the last time he had apologized for doing it anymore, because now sometimes he would bite me and I would yell out the safe word because it hurt so bad, and he'd clamp down even harder. And just for a second, just for good measure, before letting go. And sometimes I'd say the safe word and he'd grind his teeth down on my skin. And sometimes he'd smile after. That it looked like he abused me. And eventually he did acknowledge how bad it looked that I was covered in bruises all the time. So he stopped biting my arms as often, and he started biting my legs instead. And it was in the last couple of months of the relationship that every time he bit me, it was until I needed to use this safe word. It had become his benchmark for when to stop. Only once I was definitely hurt, which meant I was being hurt every single day, multiple times a day, for all of the days that we spent together in person. And when I asked him to stop again, this time he said, "This is who he is. He isn't going to change." Those were his words.
Once that video was out there, it didn't take people on the internet long to identify the mystery X was Wilbur's suit. Then, on the 27th of February, Wilbur ended the speculation by coming out with a statement addressing the whole thing. The problem, however, was the fact that the statement was riddled with excuses as he tried to refocus the narrative on something else. He said, "In the past week, a series of allegations have been made over my conduct from an ex-girlfriend. I want to emphasize that, although I feel it fair to offer my perspective, this person's feelings are completely valid. During our relationship's final months, I regrettably became slobbish, disrespectful, and selfish. These actions caused a lot of pain to my ex-girlfriend, and I've since sought therapy to address these behaviors, making significant lifestyle changes to rectify my past actions. I have come to realize how much my past behavior hurt this person, but I truly, compassionately believe that I have made great strides from the person I once was, and I hope I can continue to grow and improve on this trajectory. The allegations of abuse, particularly in the form of biting, deeply shocked me. Throughout our relationship, I understood from our numerous conversations and text message exchanges on the subject that this behavior was consensual, playful, and reciprocally enjoyed. I truly believe those personal message exchanges reflect mutual affection and understanding. Out of respect for her, I chose not to publish them, and I emphasize my perspective is not shared to diminish or invalidate anyone's feelings. Instead, I share it in the hope that I can offer a genuine, fair, and relevant insight into my understanding of the situation. While I may perceive our interactions differently, I recognize that this person has processed and expressed feelings of hurt. I want to extend my sincerest apologies for any pain that I caused." Well, the response didn't go down well with fans, with one user pointing out the problem with the statement. Why even post this? Changing the entire point of how someone was genuinely hurt into a misunderstanding for you? That you are now working on yourself? An actual apology would have been a good place to start. This wasn't even the bare minimum. Things got even worse when another one of his exes came out with allegations of abuse against him. As of July 2024, Wilbur still hasn't posted any videos or tweets since the incident, and it's clear if and whenever he comes back, it's something he'll need to address all over again.
Life isn't quite what I thought I'd be. When I was a kid on VOIP, I thought when I get older I'd marry her. I told her. Now I'm 26 and I work in an office. 9 till 5's not the best, I'll be honest. If I could change a single thing, I'd make it me and not him.
However unsettling Wilbur's biting his exes may seem, it's nowhere near as creepy as things Zaysov did. Zaysov started doing YouTube videos at the age of 12, focusing mainly on gaming content. As he grew up, his content shifted more to being about girls and playing up an incel character to make edgy jokes. One of his most popular videos was titled, "I Got Hugged by a Girl."
I'm about to go to the shower right now, but before I do, I want to tell you something that happened to me today. I got hugged by a girl. I cannot believe what happened to me today. I got hugged by a girl, and she is pretty hot, might I add. And she hugged me for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, she hugged me. And this is one of the happiest days of my life.
As he got more popular, his content got more and more extreme. His live streams in particular would contain unhinged interactions with girls either out in public or in private. This even led to his house being swatted by police to inspect his activities.
Yesterday, I got swatted by the cops because of my live streams. They knocked on my door and they pretty much asked me what am I doing with my live streams, and they told me I can't be sexually harassing girls and stuff, and they said that I can get arrested for what I'm doing. And I told them I'm not sexually harassing any girls, because I really am not sexually harassing any girls. I never sexually harassed anyone. And then they said I can get arrested and stuff, but so they looked through my computer, they looked through my phone, and they looked through my iPod Touch, and they were asking me what kind of porn do I watch. Alright.
Despite the fair warning, Zaysov would go on to do far worse things than asking girls out in public. Later, in 2018, he was dramatically arrested by the Roseville Police Department for trying to meet up with a 13-year-old girl with the intent of soliciting sex. 1 year later, he was sentenced to 364 days in prison and a 4-year probation period.
And is arrested after trying to meet up with a 13-year-old girl for sexual activity. The two met over social media, but little did he know he was actually meeting up with an undercover Roseville police officer. Officers arrested the 22-year-old on suspicion of arranging and going to a meeting with a minor for the purpose of lewd and lascivious behavior. He was booked into the South Placer jail.
Despite needing to be registered as a sex offender upon his release, 26-year-old Zaysov got caught and rearrested again in 2022 on no less than 5 counts of sexual crimes. This included grooming and attempting to meet up with 2 teenage girls aged 13 and 17, respectively.
We're talking about 26-year-old Alexander Anatolievi Rudenko from Sacramento County. He was already a registered sex offender, now accused of assaulting 2 teen girls, one just 13 years old. I just looked over those court documents detailing these accusations. He's now facing 5 counts of lewd and lascivious acts with a child. Now, this is just the case here in Sacramento County. He's also facing criminal charges in Placer County as well. Sheriff's investigators say Rudenko would frequent public areas like parks and movie theaters around Sacramento County. He's accused of setting up meetings with minors by using a fake name and profile online. Now, we know